Good morning, folks. It's Sonia with 2x2 Lagotto. I wanted to come and talk to you about what is seemingly an age-old question that I get about the Lagotto all the time. First, let me say I'm not trying to be critical here when I discuss this, but when the breed first came into the country, there seems to be some misunderstanding or misinformation. Maybe it's due to a lack of canine behavior understanding or education, but there's no distinction. You'll hear my dogs playing in the background. There's no distinction for digging in breed categories such as like herding, police work, livestock guarding, hunting. There is no category for a breed-specific trait such as digging. There is, however, a canine behavior associated with digging. All dogs dig. Every single last dog has the capability and the canine instinct to dig. Some individual dogs dig more than others, and for the Lagotto, in this video, the discussion should be around what the Lagotto does specifically. So specifically, their instinct is as a scent and tracking breed. So they used to hunt the marshes, so there's some hunting instinct, and I don't care what anybody says, that instinct is not completely gone. I I have many Lagotto who would very much want to partake in that instinct, and it is not completely bred out of the breed, nor is the scent and tracking, which they combined with the hunting. And when the marsh is drained, as many of you know, the history of the breed almost went extinct, and then it was discovered they could hunt truffles. Well, the way they hunt the truffles is with the scent and tracking instinct, that smeller, that nose. I don't know if you've seen the Lagotto, but they have a huge nose. And they'll use that nose to find the truffles, and you can train them to find anything, to be honest. They do have to be trained to do this. It's not so much that you're teaching them the behavior, you're using their instinct to accomplish your goals, which is find the truffles. They could find the TV remote. They could find your car keys. They could find your cell phone. I have a client who bought a dog a few years ago who uses it for at the beach, for finding things at the beach. I have another client who specifically needed their dog to be able to find certain smells on car tires, automobile tires. So the list is astoundingly long of what they could smell if properly trained to indicate on a particular scent. So I have livestock guardian dogs who dig bigger holes than I've ever seen a Lagotto. Do we have a couple of Lagotto who like to dig? Yes, I wouldn't categorize them as recreational diggers, but I'll see them every once in a while, and they're our imports, specifically our imports. If I see puppies digging in the litter, in the whelping box, in the litter weaning pen, I don't place that puppy in a companion home. That goes to my truffle home, or it stays here for our program. But our livestock guardian dogs, whose instinct it is to protect the herds and flocks that they are given keep over or watch over, they will dig holes literally the size of their 150-pound body. I have to use a tractor to fill that in. So when people call and ask, are these dogs digging dogs? I kind of chuckle because not really. They're truffle hunting dogs. They're scent and tracking breed. What is that going to mean for you as the companion owner, though? If you get any kind of dog, it can dig. I'll talk about why they dig here in a moment and what to do about that. But for you, as a Lagotto owner or a potential Lagotto owner, because they are a scent and tracking breed, nope, it's still going. I'm so technologically challenged, I thought that it had stopped recording. Anyway, I'm not obviously a professional movie maker or video maker. I'm just getting information out there and educating people, hopefully. I know that there's a glare on my glasses. I don't know how to fix that, really. And I have all manner of stuff going on in the background. I've got 2 dogs wrestling right behind me as we speak, having a grand old time. But I just want to get information out there to you. So back to this, what does it mean for you? If you own a Lagotto, or are planning to own a Lagotto, know that the scent and tracking nature that is instinctive to the breed makes them a bit distractible. Because guess what? The world is their oyster. They'll walk outside and smell every blade of grass and smell under every rock and leaf. And it can be a little challenging, mildly frustrating. Especially if you're trying to house train a puppy who just wants to smell everything. And then 5 minutes later you go in the house thinking, well, then maybe they don't have to go to the bathroom. And then guess what they do? They potty on your floor. And I have a specific method for fixing that called the reset button. If you need to have any information on that, reach out to me. Anyway, because they're distractible, and because they want to smell everything, we teach all our dogs, starting with young puppies, to leave it. Sometimes they'll pick something up in their mouth, and then we have to teach them drop it. But listen, when you take your new puppy home and you're walking your new puppy or a teenage Lagotto or even an adult, and you're trying to say leave it, drop it, leave it, they have no clue what you're talking about or what you're asking of them. So leave it and drop it are 2 very critical things that we want all our clients to know that they should teach their Lagotto. And you have to do that during non-conflict times before you need the command, because that is a command. Leave it and drop it are commands. And I have other videos on how to leave it and drop it. If you'd like access to those, let me know. But leave it and drop it are kind of games that we play to teach them the command. We need to make sure that they understand the behavior first, and we use an exchange game. So we have kind of a boring toy and a high interest toy, or 2 high interest toys, whichever. So they're playing with the boring toy, and you say drop it and exchange that for the high interest toy. It's a game, and then you're attaching the word to the behavior so they understand, oh, when I drop this boring toy, that means drop it. And same for leave it. But I digress. So I just wanted to make sure you understood that there is no distinction among dog fanciers. You can go to the AKC website and they're all categorized: herding, working, toy, sporting, on and on, with a list of categories that breeds are noticeably grouped. It's called the groups. And those groups identify what that particular breed of dog's instinct is. For instance, all the herding breeds are in the herding group, and so on. There is no digging group. So canine behavior is one of the canine behaviors is digging. It is not a breed-specific behavior like herding or livestock guarding or hunting or working. So hope that helps, and subscribe and like our YouTube channel. Thanks.